Good morning, Matthew. It's Mr. Hewitt. Today is the 27th of April, and today we are going to be looking at solving systems of nonlinear equations. All right, before we get started, I'd like you guys to pause the video and get whatever tools you need. So your pencils, eraser, calculator, scrap paper, and also pull up this student-facing document for today. All right. All right, guys, welcome back. So let's look at today's student-facing document together. All right, so there is our document. All right, so today you are going to be learning how to solve systems of nonlinear equations by using algebra. All right, so let's do a quick review. So here we have a line, all right, and a linear equation. So a linear equation is an equation that represents a line, all right. Here we have a quadratic equation, all right. A quadratic equation is a parabola. All right, the first 2 units of school related to quadratic functions and equations. So you guys should be familiar with what that looks like. Here's what it looks like. And here we have just a quick note here on quadratics. Remember that for an equation to be quadratic, it has to have a squared term. All right. Here we have a system of linear and quadratic equation. All right, so here is a quadratic in red and the linear in blue. Now, a system like this, we say it's a nonlinear system. All right, because one system is not linear, so therefore the whole system is considered to be a non-linear system. All right, if we had two lines, two straight lines, then it would be linear, but in this case it's considered to be a non-linear system. All right, so we know that the solution for this system, right, the solution for this system would be right at this point here. Right here would be the solution, and also right here would be the other solution. All right, I'm trying to actually put a dot. All right, so there you see what I'm trying to get at, right? So we have a dot there and a dot here. That represents the solution. So there are two solutions here, all right, or 2 points. And again, the solution is where the lines intersect. All right, great. All right, let's look at an example of how we would have to solve one of these things if we did not have the graph, but we had just the equations. So how would we solve this if we were given only the equations? All right, so there are 5 steps. Today we're going to look at only the first 3. All right, on Wednesday we'll look at the other 2. So let's look at an example with this. So here we have, says here, given the following system, perform steps 1 to 3. We have y is equal to x squared minus 5x plus 7, and y is equal to 2x plus 1. So how do we solve that? Well, step 1 here says to make both equations into y equal format. So we're going to do that over here on the right. So I'm going to say, well, actually, if we look at our system, right, they are already in y equal format. So, hey, we can just go on to step 2. All right. Step 2 says to set them equal to each other. So here we're going to say, it's actually done here for you too, right? We have x squared minus 5x plus 7 is equal to 2x plus 1. All right. So what we just did was we pretty much wrote the first equation, but without the y equals, and then wrote the second equation, which is y equals 2x plus 1. But notice we wrote the second equation, but again, without the y equals part, and we just set them equal to each other. And the reason we can do that is because we know that y is equal to all of this here, and y is also equal to all of this here. All right. So that allows us to set them equal to each other. Now, for step 3, it says we are to simplify into equal zero format, like a standard quadratic equation. So if you recall from units 1 and 2, to solve quadratic equations, we had to set the equation equal to 0 before we could solve. So here we're following the same principle here. So I'm going to write this out here for you actually. Step 3 here. So here I'm going to say x squared minus 5, come on, x plus 7 equals 2x plus 1. All right. Handwriting looks terrible, but I'm sure you guys can make it out. So we have x squared. Now let me remove this 3 here. This is just saying step 3. All right. So let me write that too. Step 3. All right. Step 3. All right, great. So we have to set this equal to 0. So that means we're going to want all our terms to move from one side to the other. All right. I like to have my terms on the left side. So I'm going to try and find a way to get all 2 terms here over to the left. All right. Now, how do I do that? How do I get 2x plus 1 over to the left? Well, I'm going to have to first, looks like I have positive 2x, so I'm going to have to subtract 2x from both sides. Okay. And then I'm also going to, because I have a positive 1 here, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. So what we're doing right here pretty much goes back to solving linear equations. All right. So there are 2 things that we're doing in that step there. We are taking away 2x from both sides and 1 from both sides. So that way we will get the right side to be equal to 0. See, equals 0. Because 2x minus 2x is 0, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So on the right side, we have 0. On the left side here, we have x squared, okay? Notice I have my like terms lined up vertically. So I have negative 5x minus 2x, because those are like terms, and I have the 7 and the negative 1 lined up too, because those are also like terms. And notice I do not have any other squared terms. So my only squared term is the x squared, which is what I'm bringing down here. But now I'm going to combine my like terms. So negative 5x minus 2x is going to give me negative 7x. And 7 minus 1 is going to give me 6. Positive 6, right? Because the bigger number is positive. All right, great. So now I've written my equation in the equal 0 format. All right, so right here, step 3, equal 0 format. All right, and you are done. You are done. Notice that this is what we just did. All right, and that looks like we did everything correct. So let's see what you guys have to do now. So you're going to have to do steps 1 to 3 for your independent practice today. Remember, we're not doing 4 and 5 today. We'll do steps 4 and 5 on Wednesday. So let's scroll down through the rest of this. All right. So here for your independent practice, looks like you have 2 problems. All right. Where did that go? Oops. I think I lost the page. Oh, I'll come back. All right. So you have two problems for your independent practice right there. One system here, another system here. You're going to do steps 1 to 3 on both those systems, okay? And you have an exit ticket, which you're also going to do steps 1 to 3 on, and then you're going to submit your exit ticket to Google Classroom. All right. If you guys have any further questions, see me tomorrow during live support. The link will be in Google Classroom, and I think the time might have changed for that, so I will put the time in Google Classroom as well. All right, guys. So you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and God bless. See you soon.